Blais and Fathi Missaoui. There is Blais, born in Canada, 5'11", 31 years of age, former kickboxer, 5-0 with 2 knockouts. And he'll be squaring off against Fathi Missaoui, born in Tunisia, now fighting out of Montreal, 25 years of age. He is 3-0 with 3 knockouts. Turned pro on November the 6th of last year, and has scored a couple of knockouts in his young professional career. Two men stare at each other. Teddy, you got a guy in Blais who's from a kickboxing background, 31 years of age, and he's going against this young man, Fathi Missaoui, who is a genuine prospect.
Oh yeah, and don't let, this is a great example where the amount of experience is very misleading. Blais is 5-0, he's got 5 fights, and of course Missaoui is 3-0, but the much more experienced guy is Missaoui because he had a big amateur background. He won a bronze medal in the Olympics in '96 over in Atlanta. So this is a guy who's a much more experienced guy. And the good news is Blais had some experience, but it's only been kickboxing. Bad news is he can't use his legs tonight. No, that would be a problem.
And that's the kind of thing that gets you disqualified. Blais on the attack.
A good experienced guy like Missaoui, experienced because of the amateur, not the pros, of course, you could see that he's able to deal with a guy coming right at him. You would expect a kickboxer guy to be a little wild, a little aggressive, because he didn't have a big amateur background, so he's going to make up for what he doesn't have with aggression. But you could see Missaoui dealt with that very well early on. Stepped out of range, moved his head, stayed cool. And now he's looking for his opportunity. What you want, Bob, when you start a fight, when you got a guy going out there, especially if he's going with a raw guy, you say at the beginning, go out there, be defensively real alert. Make a miss, make sure that you don't get caught anything silly. And then once you start to get the timing, start to settle down, then start to let your hands go. But first you tell the guy, think defense when you got a wild guy. And it looks like that's what we have. Blais a little bit crude, but plenty of gameness.
And he knows he only has 4 rounds. This is one of those, it's called swing bouts. I didn't know if they would fight 4 rounds or 6 rounds. It really depended on how long the Aziz Brown fight went. Since it went 12, it's been shortened to 4. The right hand by Missaoui.
Because he's throwing wide. You can see that Blais is throwing real wide.
Another right hand by Missaoui.
Missaoui's using that experience. He's calm enough now to be able to not just make the guy miss, now he's looking to snipe him. Now he's looking to punch inside those wide punches. He's seeing what he has to see. And he's smart. He went to the body when he got close.
The right hand to the jaw. Uppercut sprinkled in.
Yeah, he's throwing nice. Missaoui's throwing nice uppercuts to the body when he's close. And that's the punch you got to throw when you're close. There's no room to throw anything else. Uppercut, you can create room. You can rotate that shoulder back. Good prospect is Missaoui. You can see it. He's really zeroing in now on the much cruder, less experienced Blais.
Well, good left hand inside, saying Blais down.
You can see Missaoui's punching right in between those wide punches. And that's what you can do when you're experienced. You're calm enough not to panic.
Blais says he's okay. Missaoui has been anything but Blais here in this first round.
Sometimes you have to choose your spots, and that's exactly what Missaoui does. He goes in between the guard with that left uppercut. The right hand is just the setup, and then the left uppercut is going to come right up the guard. Smart choice there by Missaoui, but that's what you can do when you had a lot of amateur fights.
Round number 2 underway in the 4-round bout between these junior middleweights. And Teddy, as you mentioned at the start of round number 1, that Missaoui remained on the defensive and then looked to capitalize. Of those 20 punches landed by Missaoui in that first round, 16 of them were power shots. So he found a home with that right hand and left hand.
He knew what he was doing, Bob. He knew right from the beginning. It didn't worry him that this guy was coming out wild. He expected that. He knew that he was going to get his moments to throw straighter shots in between those 5 punches.
Blais got a right hand in.
But the first punch was landed by Missaoui, right hand. But Blais showed a good chin there.
He's been kicked in the head. He's a kickboxer. Have a decent chin. And now Blais feels that he might have been cut from the clash of heads, and Missaoui doesn't care because right hand flying.
See, the straight punch is going to beat the hook, and that's what's happening here. The right hand of Missaoui is beating the left hook of Blais. There it is again. The left hook takes longer to get there. It's a hook. Right hand straight, gets there first.
Missaoui just digging in. Blais doing a pretty good job of holding on.
Oh, Missaoui's
cut along the right eye. They've had some clashes of heads. This is only a 4-round fight, so it should not be a factor.
No, it shouldn't be. The only thing is that it's obviously that the young prospect Missaoui might not be able to fight as soon as he wants to after this. And he's being tested early. He hasn't been tested in this way before.
They each have cuts.
Good right hand.
Right eyebrow, yeah. Down goes Blais.
That's going to be it, it looks like. The legs are really wobbly.
Referee taking a close look. And now the corner of Blais wants the fight stopped.
Yeah. And the referee knew what he was doing. He made Blais, as much as Blais was trying to convince him that he was okay, he was smart, the ref. After he got up, he made him walk forward. And those legs didn't look too good. Looked like he was failing a sobriety test.
Let's get a look at the ugly right eye of Andre Blais. Stopped here in round number 2 by Fathi Missaoui. Take a look, Teddy, at the knockdown again. Picture-perfect combination.
Yeah, there's that right hand. Slow left hand, quick right hand. You know what wins. See, that's why you never throw a left jab when you're close enough to get counted. You got to throw it from the distance and quick enough when you can't counter you. A jab is a great weapon, but it's a dangerous weapon, and there's the proof of it. If you throw it too slow and from too close, the guy can time you with the right hand right over it, Bob. You have to throw a jab from the proper range and at the proper time. Otherwise, you're better off not throwing it.
Fathi Missaoui, fighting out of Montreal, born in Tunisia, medaled in the Centennial Games in Atlanta, Georgia. Picks up the win as he stops Andre Blais in round number 2. So Missaoui is now 4-0 with 4 knockouts in his career. The time 2:25 of round 2. Crowd getting juiced up. Ouellette and Hilton still to come. Missaoui got him warmed up with a good right hand. Let's check in with Charlie and Max.
All right, Bob. So Fathi Missaoui beats Andre Blais, blah, blah, blah.